Hi everybody, Ben Packer coming in from the Jerusalem Heritage House in the Old City of Jerusalem with our Haftarah highlight of the week. This week's Torah portion in Israel is Parshas Pinchas, and the Haftarah is from Malachim, the first book of Malachim, the first book of Kings. Okay, and it says over here, it's talking about the story of Eliyahu the prophet, and Elijah, and the one that we leave a glass for at the Seder, the famous prophet, and he's being hunted by the evil king and queen of Israel because of his defense of Judaism. So he says in the verse, and he said, I have been exceedingly zealous for Hashem, God of legions, for the children of Israel have abandoned your covenant. They have raised your altars. They have killed your prophets with the sword, so that I alone have remained, and they seek my soul to take it. So Eliyahu is saying that he has been zealous. But he's not just saying I'm a wild guy. He's saying I've been zealous because of these things that have happened. Right? Desperate times call for desperate actions. You don't just run around like a crazy man, but in certain circumstances, like the ones he mentions here, you have to do, you have to go do unusual things. You have to be zealous. And I humbly suggest that in certain areas of Judaism and certain circumstances that the Jewish people are dealing with, we need to be zealous. Whatever that means, but we need to be zealous. We are facing terrible assimilation. We need to be zealous to try to help people stay Jewish, be proud of being Jewish, understand what it is to be Jewish. Israel is under attack all the time. We have to be zealous. To defend Israel, to defend the Jewish people, anti-Semitism, all these things, we need to be zealous. Eliyahu was saying, don't just be, a guy, an eccentric, crazy man, but when things are happening, explain yourself, and then react. React in a way that makes sense under the circumstances. And sometimes circumstances call for zealotry. They do. Judaism calls for that. And sometimes that might appear extreme, but what can we do? Sometimes it's a situation we find ourselves in. So we need to follow Eliyahu's example and be zealous for Judaism and for the Jewish people. Shabbat Shalom.